Hi, good morning, everyone. Today we're going to do a very short video on a suit combination that I recently saw. Uh, Not a lot of people taking advantage of when it popped up in a Raleigh Bridge Club game. So the situation I'm trying to get you to appreciate is dummy has ace jack third, and you have nine third in your hand. The possession of the nine actually kind of creates an interesting uh, positive value situation for you. So let's say that they lead a spot card, and we have ace jack third and the dummy nine third in our hand. Now there are three important cards that the opponents hold, and those are the king, queen, and 10. And if we've got three cards, there's 8 ways that those can be laid out. Okay, it's actually just 2 cubed. If there were 4 important cards, there would be 16 ways that those cards could be laid out. And 8 is a tackleable enough number that I literally wrote it on the back of a sheet of paper here, took a picture of it, and that's what you're seeing on the screen. So there are the 8 rows that you see are the ways that the king, the queen, and the 10 can be laid out between your left-hand opponent and your right-hand opponent. And this is kind of an example of how you would analyze something like this if you wanted to put it on the back of an envelope and solve it for yourself. I'm the kind of person that likes to figure things out for myself. It's a much slower way of learning, and it's the way I keep on insisting on doing it. So here are the ways that it could happen. All 3 cards could be on your left. In which case it doesn't matter what you play from the dummy at trick 1. Either if you played the jack, that would hold the trick, or you could play low from the dummy and the 9 would win in your hand. And to be clear here, our choices at trick 1 are either to play the jack from the dummy or to play small from the dummy and try and let it ride to our 9. Okay, those are your 2 options to create a second trick here. Second row is the king, queen, and the 10 could all be offsides behind the ace, jack, third. Neither of these cases matter. Okay, no matter what we do, we're going to come to the same conclusion. If all the cards are on our left, we can't go wrong. If all the cards are on our right, we can't go right. So we're going to ignore situations where we can't affect the outcome. The third row, both the king, queen are on your left and the 10 is on your right. This is actually an important situation. We would want to play the jack in that situation if that's the way the cards are laid out. The fourth situation, king on your left, queen 10 on your right, you can't go right. So again, it doesn't matter. If you play the jack, it'll get covered by the queen. If you play low, right-hand opponent will play the 10, so nothing you can do matters. If you skip down to the 5th row, which is, the 7th row, which is queen on your left, king 10 on your right, realize these 2 things are the same situation. So far we have 4 situations where it doesn't matter, 1 where it does. If you look at the 5th and 6th row, that is king 10 or queen 10 on your left, and queen or king alone on your right. In these situations, you will want to play low from the dummy. That's going to force either the queen or the king on your right. And on the second round of the suit, you'll have a successful finesse of the jack for a second trick. So that's 2 cases where it's right to play small from the dummy. And the last row here, 10 on your left, king, queen on your right. Again, it doesn't matter what you do. The person on your right is just going to wait on their king, queen, take 2 tricks, you have no shot at a second one. So in essence, what we have is 3 out of 8 combinations where it matters what you do. In one of those 3, the winning play is to play the jack. And in 2 of those 3, the winning play is to play low from the dummy. Use the power of your 9 to create a second trick. And the other thing I want you to notice how this relates to high card points. Now, high card points are related to tricks. If we just had the ace in this suit, we would have 1 trick, right? We'd be spending 4 high card points and we'd be getting an expectation of 1 trick. If we had, let's ignore the 9 for a second, we had just the ace, jack, third, and the dummy, this would be worth more like 1.25 tricks. Where do I get 0.25 from? 25% of the time the jack grows into a trick. That's when the king and the queen are on your left. Okay, so that would be 1.25. And when we add the 9, I'll spare you the math, but it actually turns into like 1.375 tricks. So an ace is 4 high card points, that's a trick. Ace jack is 5 high card points, that's 1.25 tricks, about what we'd expect. But notice that something small, like adding the 9 to a combination here, brings it up to 1.375 tricks. So even those spot cards that aren't getting counted as high card points can sometimes come into play. Hope you enjoyed this suit combination. It's ace jack third in the dummy, 9 third in your hand. We could actually put the 9 in the dummy too. It doesn't change anything. Use the power of the 9, and the correct play here is to duck from the dummy, hoping that the 10 is on your left. All right, hope you enjoyed this.